All right, so I did not plan on filming today's video, and you didn't plan on watching a video today, but we're both here. So let's just spend some time together and figure out what is happening, because I've been on the phone twice today with two friends, and we're all in the same energy, which is what I want to create a video about. And it seems like the accumulation of the conversations I've had from people is, number one, there's a ton of emotions. Like, we're all like excavating our souls. And I personally asked for it. I was like, I want to be hauled out. And then I was watching a video and I was like, what is going on in my reality? And somebody's like, you asked for this shit. And I was like, oh shit, I did. So I did ask for that. I don't know if I was plugging into the collective unconsciousness or not, but I asked for my soul to be excavated, and I have some of the oldest emotions coming to the surface right now. But even in saying that, if you look at the astrology right now, I'm trying to think what is prominent in astrology. We just had Uranus going to Gemini, which is like, depending on what house it's in, it's just going to cause a lot of unplanned shit popping up, a lot of disruption, but all that disruption is being disrupted in areas that you need to find clarity on, right? And so, for instance, and this is a really good pivot part for this video, is like, yesterday was such a good day of the hell that I live in, and sometimes that I'm not too vocal about because I don't even know how to share it, but I was so indecisive, right? I came back from Galveston, and a buddy and I went to Galveston randomly because I needed a beach day, and it made me feel incredible. But I came, I spent a day there, a ton of time away from my work, essentially, right? Check. And then I came back from Galveston, and I was like, my social battery's kind of drained from being around somebody. And I was like, okay. And then I was back here in Austin, and I was like, damn, I feel like I need to get some shit done, but I don't have the energy to do it. I feel like I need to rest, but I feel languished, and I want to do stuff. And I feel like I need to be outside, but there's 1,000 things that I need to get done. And I was like, what do I do? So what I did was I essentially I rolled with my intuition, and today it made 100% sense that everything I did yesterday was exactly what I needed to do. So I think the lesson here in saying that, even in creating clarity for myself, thank you so much, give me a fist pump, is you need to stop trying to figure it out and just go with the flow. Because yesterday, for instance, I was like, all right, it's going to rain for the next 8 days here in Austin. At least that's what the forecast said. So I was like, I want to go outside. And even though I didn't feel like swimming, I wanted to go swimming. So I went to Barton Springs. And then by the time I was done at Barton Springs, my intuition was like, zip, you need to go get some lunch. And this is where it gets funny is. So then I walk over past Zilker to get some lunch at this food truck circle. And I ordered my lunch, and then I was like, man, it feels like it's about to rain. And I kid you not, when I was under this little A-frame thing, waiting for my lunch, it just starts torrentially downpouring. And I was like, yes, we missed it. And as my intuition caught it, was like, wait, if we wouldn't have followed that intuitive ping, we would have still been in Barton Springs, and we would have been soaked, and all of our stuff would have been soaked, and this would have been miserable. Point one, okay? So then as I'm eating my food, and I'm watching this super dope pigeon walk by, I'm like, dude, that's badass. And I'm like, he doesn't even know what he's doing, but he's just following his intuition. And I was like, okay. So then I get the ping to like, all right, let's leave there. So I walk downtown Lake, as Austin people call it, or Lady Bird, as if you're not from Austin. And I'm walking along the trails because I thought that there was going to be a FIFA game playing on downtown. Turns out they broke that down. But when I was in that area, I was like, I'm going to read a book on tarot. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's something I've always wanted to do, is be a tarot reader. And I've been practicing over the last 8 years, but I just haven't, read the book or learned all the exacts of it, okay? And this is cool. So then I'm reading the book. I get, past the intro. I get past the Fool and the Magician. And then all of a sudden my intuition was like, you need to start walking now. And I was like, but I'm 10 pages in. So I'm like, whatever, start walking. As I'm walking, I'm going back to my apartment up South Lamar, which is less than a mile. And I was like, shit, I think it's going to rain again. I need to hurry up and get home. So on my walk, as I'm right by the Lauren Hotel, they have some scaffolding set up. I just start walking, and I was like, damn, it's about to shit. And then I look up the street, and I kid you not, I step out of the scaffolding. It is just pouring down water in front of me, and I turn around and walk back to the scaffolding just in time for like a pure monsoon to hit Austin. And I'm like, whoa. That is twice today. We have been at the right spot at the right time, and we've listened to our intuition. And even though it didn't make sense, we chose not to overthink. We just followed it. And both times it kept us dry, okay? Which pings me back to the story once. This psychic I got a reading from, her name's Gina de la Rose. She's incredible, or something like that. I got her card actually right here. See, this is how it's working right now. I was like, Gina, let's get Gina in here. We got to give Gina a shout out. She's actually one of my favorite. So there's Gina Rose, clairvoyant. Gina's incredible, okay? So last time I got a reading from Gina, she was like, you've been missing the puddles. And that is 100% what has been happening. If you've been listening to your intuition, you have been missing the puddles. And yesterday I missed 2 puddles, right? And then the third one, I don't even know what that is, because here's the funny thing about that story yesterday. And then I get home and I watch The Matrix and the day ended. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, man, I don't have energy to work. So I was like, I need to clean, so I can feel, as a mental projector, if my environment's clean, my mind is clean, or my environment's a direct reflection of me, right? So like even yesterday, a ton of unexpected things happening, rain out of the blue, right? But I missed all the puddles. I stayed dry through all this mess. And then today, this is the funny part, I woke up today to my phone just going off with all these alerts. They sound like Amber alerts, but they're flood alerts because of everything that happened with the Guadalupe River around Austin. They're like really, really staying prominent on the flooding. And it was like, I kid you not, I hop on Instagram and I'm like, man, I don't feel like Barton or anything's open today. I'm glad I went yesterday. Oh my God, Barton Springs is overflowing at the public side to the free side that is like a pure river. The Colorado River is running all the way through Austin right now, and it is insane, right? But it was like so funny how yesterday I wanted to sit down and get work done, but my intuition kept pulling me to nature, and then all the spots that I went to yesterday are actually underwater today. It's almost like Spirit was trying to communicate with that to me, and I was trying to overthink it, and I was trying to analyze it, but both of those block your intuition. Let me say that again. Analyzing and overthinking block your intuition, because essentially what those are is like a fear response. Is like whether it's FOMO, like fear of missing out of something, whether it be free time, relaxing when you could be doing something. I don't know. You get the gist. It doesn't make it personal to you here, right? But it's like when you overthink and you analyze, though that does help you at certain times in your life, intuition doesn't have a timestamp. It doesn't have a date. It literally is like in tune with the moment that you're listening to what you need, whether reality makes sense or not. Because I think that's the test I passed yesterday. Is like reality is telling me to do this stuff, or my intuition was like, you need to do this, and I was like, but why? And I couldn't come up with an answer for it, so I almost didn't do it. But then I was like, I don't need an answer. Like if it's landing in my head magically out of nowhere, and I have no premeditated or conceived thought about this, maybe I should just follow it, because it's probably saving me from something, which it did. It saved me from the day where I would have been like, damn, yesterday I wish I would have done this and that, but I stayed inside and got my work done. And today I'm over here like, I needed to clean my apartment before I sat down to work. And even in sitting down in the saddle, this is what I call the saddle, the work, I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's going to happen today either, because we need to do something else. But it's like, and as soon as that thought opens, I'm like, all right, cool. We don't need to think about it anymore. But anybody watching this video, I think that's what you're really being keyed into, is like, stop overthinking and just start listening, because everybody tries to say like, oh, I'm really connected to my intuition, and being really connected to your intuition, I hate to like, kill the ego here, but it's just simply listening. And it's like everybody is intuitive, everybody's a psychic, everybody has an intuition, but some of us are really open to listening to our intuition and letting go of overthinking and overanalyzing, because all this causes you to dead squirrel it, which is like the squirrel that lives is the one that walks across the street or doesn't. The one that gets frozen in the middle with a freeze response is the one that gets ran over. That's a dead squirrel, right? Okay, so then fathom this back to it. Think about right now, if you're watching this video, think about 10 things that you haven't done that you want to do. And then I want you to be honest with yourself and be like, why haven't you done those things? Probably because you're overthinking it. And think about this. Spirit is, or your intuition, spirit, whatever you want to call it, it's probably like, hey, we need to do this. And you're like, but it doesn't make sense. And Spirit's like, hey, we need to do this. And you're like, but I don't have time for it. And Spirit's like, but hey, you get the gist. It's like we're endlessly pinging through our intuition, but I think a lot of times we block our intuition because it doesn't make practical sense in reality, or we have to analyze it and understand it before we act on it, which isn't being intuitive at all. That's called being analytical and overthinking, right? And overthinking and analytics are actually due to a fear-based response of one time you followed your intuition, which was probably your soul's initiation, and you did it, and it was like, listen, it's all going to work out, and it didn't work out, right? But it got you to where you're at now. So it technically did work out, but you're overanalyzing and overthinking it to that one instance, when in reality, you're here now and it's perfect and it's everything you wanted. But your intuition's been pinging you to do some other stuff, and you're like, but it doesn't make sense. I don't want to do it because last time I listened to my intuition, it didn't work out. But did it not work out, or did you not give yourself enough time to see the full blossom of everything that was happening from listening to your intuition in that moment? Because I know I got some horror stories in business. My intuition, I landed in business, 8 years ago? It was on the blood moon, February 2nd in 2018. Oh, full moon kicked my ass. I was a nurse one day and an entrepreneur the next, right? And then next thing you know, I downloaded this vision, and it's like giving me the instructions, and I did it. And I built it. And I also used $35,000 worth of credit cards to build it because I was a nurse and I didn't know how this entrepreneur thing worked. And then it all collapsed. But then that collapse caused me to hustle, to learn, photo, video, editing, web design, vibe coding now, building full landers, building highly converting landers, doing all this shit for clients. And now my soul's at the transition where it's like, I hate doing client work. I want to work for me, but I don't exactly know how to pull it all together, right? We're still in between this identity, but the identity we're becoming here in a month or two, Spirit's saying 90 days is gonna 11:11 on the timer. If you're watching this, that's for you too. I will talk about myself through it, but it's for you too, okay? And it's like 90 days, something's gonna shift huge. It's like, depending on your natal chart, for instance, it's like I got a Lilith return in the 12th house, which is my strongest asteroid. I got Mars return in Gemini in the 6th. That's why I talk so much on camera. And then I got Jupiter returning in Leo in the 7th, all at once. It's almost like, divine timing, right? But it's like, I think Spirit is telling me, and your Spirit's telling you the same thing, right? Like our Spirit is like, hey, you need to do these things now. Even though it doesn't make sense, don't overthink it, don't overanalyze it, just fucking do the damn thing. Just sit your ass down, break it into 10, 12, 20, 30 steps, and do the damn thing. Because when something happens soon, you're going to be 1, 2, 3 on the timer there, or 1, 2, 0, 3. But it's like something's going to take off, and you're going to be in two places. This of, man, I wish I would have listened to my intuition and had the stuff ready to go. Or you're going to be like, man, I'm glad I listened to my intuition. I'm glad everything's ready to roll. So you get to pick now in this unknown, auspicious space that we're in, that we're like, I don't really know what's happening. I don't know what to do. But I keep having this thought land in my head that I need to, for me personally, it's like I need to edit this video, I need to edit that video, I need to edit that video, I need to finish this video, I need to finish like 5 projects that are all pretty big, and I'm like, well, I can sit here and think about it some more, which isn't getting it done, but it's kind of getting it done, right? It's like if you sit and think about it, you're pre-working on it so that when you actually sit down and do it, it goes smoother. Or the other option is don't think about it at all, and when you sit down, you can think about it and do it at the same time. Now, I'm more of one to take time to think about it and sit with it and pre-build it in my head. So when I sit down, I'm like, I know exactly what to do here. And then when I get stuck, I go for walks and I think about it some more. Like, that's my method. But it's like, you probably know your method. So stick to your method. Do what you know best. Listen to your intuition. I just wrote down 10 things on a piece of paper right before this video. And I was like, damn, that's what I don't want to do. But I'm like, why wouldn't I want to do that stuff? Because all of it puts me out there. All of it builds. And I'm like, I can't tell you why. So something's blocking it. So whatever is blocking it is about to be removed. Because after this video, I'm going to start knocking that shit out. And I'm going to pick the most fun one first. You should too. And you probably have a list. And if you don't have a list, that's the actual step from this video is sit your butt down, meditate, and say, what am I being told to do that I'm not listening to? Okay? And then just sit there. And whatever pops into your mind is for you. Okay? And then get out a pen and a paper and write down that list of things. You're gonna know it's time to create a list. What is Spirit telling me here? Spirit's saying you're gonna know it's time to make your list when you have too many things to hold into your brain, okay? So when you're meditating and all this stuff's coming to you and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna forget this stuff. Cut the meditation, get out that piece of paper and start writing it down. And then look at the list and number them from 1 to however many, and start with the hardest and finish with the easiest, and then knock out the list backwards. Because it's easier to get momentum when you do the little things. And then after that little thing, you get a dopamine hit. Then you do the next little thing, you get a dopamine hit. And then bam, you got a ton of dopamine hits all hitting when you need to do the bigger task, which you just built dopamine momentum for, right? And then you finish the big task, and then you're gonna be on this dopamine high. Here's the trap. Don't try to knock out more shit. Take a break with that dopamine. Because if you get too much dopamine, your ceiling's going to continually raise, right? Like if my dopamine ceiling's here and I achieve up to here, now I have to get up above this to create more momentum. But when I take away some dopamine hits, such as caffeine, nicotine, doing shit, and you allow yourself to sit there and be bored, you're actually generating, your dopamine ceiling is dropping, and your dopamine in your brain is going up. Isn't that cool? So then it's like, after you knock out that big task, you're going to have all this energy, and you're going to be like on top of the fucking world. Don't go chasing dopamine. That means take a day off, take a few days off. Get out of the like doing multiple things at once. Get out of the caffeine circuit you're on. Get out of the nicotine circuit you're on if you're on that shit. Get off of all this stuff for like a day or two. Have a couple days where you disconnect from all the dopamine, and then you're going to feel that motivation return when it's time to start getting stuff down. But it sounds like, too, it's like, I didn't plan on this getting here. I feel very called to pull a tarot card, too. But it's like, it seems like what we're being shown is to follow our intuition blindly. Our intuition's guiding us. Thinking and logistics aren't going to work for us, okay? So if you get a random thought of like, pull a tarot card, you should probably pull a tarot card because it's probably going to be magical. And with that, I'm going to go grab that real quick. Stay put. And I can stay on camera with my mic. It follows me. But, and my little Tulum shawl keeps falling off. I think it wants me to go to Tulum. I need to go to Tulum. So if that's there for you too. But let's see what card we got for y'all today. All right, connecting. Oh, that one fell out. Okay, we didn't even have to shuffle. This is fucking hilarious. Okay, so this is cool. This resonates with the message. 6 of Wands fell out. This one fell out before I could even shuffle. So 6 of Wands, take a peek at it. I love this deck too. It's the Light Seer deck. So 6 of Wands, full circle moment with a reef, okay? And then you got a girl celebrating from behind, which means there has to be a crowd in front of them. It's like you're about to be seen. Life's about to go full circle. And if you stayed for this reading, this is dope. I didn't plan on this, right? Okay, and then what other elements do we have in here? Oh, it's like she's standing in the limelight, okay? Look at that. She's standing in the limelight. Like, you're probably about to be in the limelight. I know I don't have too big of an audience that watches my videos consistently, but if this is for you, it's for you. Like, something's about to happen that's going to put you on a stage because those are hands and crowds that are cheering. So this could be digital, this could be physical, this could be whether you're at like a mastermind's popping into my mind or something cool, right? Like, success is here. What else is she doing? She's wearing heels. She's wearing a dress that actually matches this pattern. That's funny. I love when this happens in tarot. Oh, look at that. You can kind of see, oh, making sure I don't block my lights. See the patterns? Okay, cool. So it's like, and it's like, why did I see that? What else is there? Any other details? Oh, she's got red hair. Okay, well, I don't know. Success is around the corner, guys. Like, this. We got to do that for the thumbnail. Maybe we'll use that. But it's like success is right around the corner, and it's funny. It's funny that I pulled my tarot deck because I was like, man, I watched so much tarot. I need to be a reader, right? And I love talking to the camera. It's almost like, and part of my intuition yesterday was like, what if, and this is anybody watching this too, is like, this, as much as I film myself and I'm on camera, I was like, oh my God, like my dream is to travel the world and live in a different Airbnb every month because I love astrocartography. When I travel to my lines, my gifts open, wild shit happens. And it's like when I stay in one place, not a lot of things happen, right? But when I travel, I meet people. They're honestly like, "What are you a YouTuber?" I'm like, "I am." And then they're like this or that or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I meet more people when I travel. So it's like I honestly love to travel. And the other day I was like, I need to learn tarot because tarot readers do pretty good online. Plus it's in my market of stuff that I like to do for a hobby. I could be a tarot reader as a hobby. That could be in the channel for my ecosystem by Chris. And then maybe I could monetize enough monthly doing what I love that it would pay for me to travel the world. And then I could Airbnb my apartment. That sounds pretty good. But it's like stuff like that's landing and it's like I can't fathom it doesn't make sense, so I haven't acted on it. But in creating this video with you today, I was like, oh my God, we need to act on this stuff. Like, I need to take photos of my apartment for Airbnb. Check. Okay, let's do that today. And then I also need to finish my tarot reader's book. I got a little book. It's cute. But I've been playing with this deck for like 5 years, so I know it really well. I just need to understand all the details, right? But you get the gist. But then it's like all this stuff is kind of like orbiting us right now, I feel like, where it's just like it's all around us and we're like, it's a lot, it's all new. But it's like when we start picking them one by one, we're going to go, and then our whole new world is going to be right in front of us. And it's like, it's here, it's here, it's here. But first we have to do the work step by step to like grab each of those one by one. And even though they don't make sense and independent, when we put them all together, we're going to be like, bro, do you know what I just did? Look at what we just did, bestie. So I think that's the accumulation of this video. I didn't plan on filming this. Thank you for staying here with me. If you did for the tarot card reading, you're a badass. I got this online community called Enoch. It's on School. I'll drop it in the pinned comments below. It's free. There's some cool shit in there. That's master classes and other stuff. It's really just my like, when I figure out something in metaphysics, I share it there. I post these videos there. It's just like an online community of some really dope people who, they're kind of like the black sheep of reality. They're people that are seers. They can endlessly see for themselves and for others. And they tend to be people that are outcasted by others because they can see so much, it tends to scare other people. That's Enoch. So if you want to go there, I have a dope community waiting for you. The link's below. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I don't know which one I'm going to post this on. My main one, byCHRIS_ATX, or on the channel where I've been channeling more. And this feels like a channel one. I don't know. We'll see which one it is. But make sure whatever YouTube this is on, you subscribe to it. Give it a like if I helped you. And drop in the comments below what shift you felt in watching this video. Because even the coolest thing is in creating these videos I love, but it's more of the comments and the clarity that other people get. Because as other people get clear from content I create, I get more clear in my life. And it's a ripple effect, right? It's like I just got off the phone with 2 friends and I was like, God, it's almost like we're endlessly helping each other walk home, even though we don't know where home is or what we're even trying to do. It's like somebody pops in my mind, it's into my text, and in that text, it turns into a conversation. The conversation brings both of us clarity, whether it's me or them, and it feels so good. So, yeah, that's what I want to create here. Thank you for being here, and then I'll see you on the next video. And, yeah, subscribe, drop a comment, send a like, hang out for a little bit. We're going to build something dope here, and when it gets built, just know you're one of the ones who help make it happen. So peace out. Have a good day. Namaste. And yeah, let's see where we end up next.